In this brief video, I review the aspects of the rhetorical reading notes to help you get started and take good notes throughout the course of the semester. During these 6 weeks, you will complete 6 different readings, 3 in either module. For each reading, you will complete a set of rhetorical reading notes by completing this worksheet. This worksheet is available in our course syllabus under the Appendix B heading towards the bottom of the document. For each reading, again, you're going to complete one set of this rhetorical reading notes. The questions of the first part are mostly factual. The second set of questions are more response-based. It's not a very difficult process, and there are no right answers here per se, except for the obvious factual information. That is, for example, the main idea, the author, the structure, the argument. These are things that you can find in the article or the text that you're reading. When you get to the fourth part on argument, I've included some information in our discussion board about this question and what's called stasis theory. You may want to read on that if you're not too familiar with it. Secondly, part 2 questions are response questions, and your answers need to total 300 words or more, not including your quote here for the first answer. At the end of the day, though, these are your notes. I'm not seeking to grade them in the sense of, well, I don't agree with what you said, for example, or you don't get the whole idea here. These are your notes. Rather, I use this rubric at the bottom, and as long as 70% of your questions answered in part 1 are correct, and you answer in 300 words or more in the second part, you receive the full credit of 30 out of 30 points for these questions. To that end, then, you need only read the text and answer these questions and complete the document and submit it in Blackboard, as I describe in the Navigating Blackboard video. Again, if you submit something, for example, in part 2 and you only include 250 words, very explicitly this document makes clear your answers need to total more than 300 words. This is mechanical. This is not a, well, I was so close, why can't you give me some credit? Well, you know the requirements ahead of time. Why don't you meet them is my question in response to that kind of question. You must complete all of these. In the event that you submit something and it is incomplete, for example, perhaps you didn't answer a question here when I ask you to identify any metaphors in the text. And you say, well, there are no metaphors. The answer of there is no such thing in this document, for example, there are no metaphors, is an insufficient answer. I wouldn't ask these questions of you if you couldn't answer them. So please answer them in the affirmative to make sure you do earn credit here.